Welcome to another video. In this video we are going to solve second problem from the Leetcode, that is add two numbers. You are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non-negative integers. The digits are stored in reverse order and each of their nodes contains a single digit. Add the two numbers and return the sum of the linked list. You may assume that two numbers do not contain any leading zero except the number 0 itself. What they mean is they will give two numbers in the reverse order. So the first linked list represents digits 2, 4, 3, but the actual number is 342. And the second linked list represents the digits 5, 6 and 4, but the actual number that they are representing is 465. We have to read it in the reverse order. We just have to sum these two numbers and then we need to return this linked list. Approach for this problem is pretty straightforward. We can start adding these numbers from we can start two pointers, one to the head of the first list and another to the head of the second linked list. Then we will keep on going through the lists and we are going to add these numbers. One case we have to consider is whenever sum becomes greater than 10, we have to take care of the carry also. So here in this case 2 plus 5 becomes 7. So first node becomes 7, and when we do the sum of the second node, that is 4 plus 6, it becomes 10. So 0 we write it here and 1 becomes the carry. That 1 we have to add while adding these numbers. So 3 plus 4 becomes 7 and 1 will be the carry from the previous sum. So that becomes 8. So our total sum is 807. So this way we will implement the solution, and let us start implementing the solution so that you can understand this explanation little bit better. So we have L1 and L2. What we can do is, while we need two things. Initially our carry will be 0 because we have not added anything, so our carry will be 0. While L1 or L2, this means we have some valid nodes either from the L1 or L2. So if we have nodes at both the lists, then this will be true, L1 and L2. This means L1 is not none and L2 is also not none. So then we have to take care of adding these two numbers. Initially this sum will be 0. So sum, let us write it as 0, and sum becomes L1 dot val, that is the value stored in the L1 list, and L2 dot val. L1 and L2 are currently pointing to the head of particular list. L2 is pointing to the head of the second list and L1 is pointing to the head of the first list. So if our sum is greater than 10, then we know that our current digit will become sum mod 10 and sum mod 10. This will give the last digit, and here we will get a carry of 1. So this digit we have to create a new list and then we have to add it to the list. For that list we will create a dummy head. This way it will be easy for us to return those things. Let us create a dummy head and let's initialize with a random value. We can choose anything. Ultimately we will return the next pointer to the dummy head. So what we can do is we can add this node dummy head dot next equals whatever the digit that we got from the sum. So last digit, if there are two digits, if sum is greater than 10, then the last digit we are going to create a node. So the way we create node is we can call this list node API, that is given in the definition itself, list node of digit, and we are going to assign it. Then what we are going to do is we are going to let us keep a pointer here also, because we want to current equals dummy head, instead of dummy head writing it here, we can use this thing. I think this will help us to generalize this solution afterwards. So current dot next we are adding, and our current becomes current dot next, and then we have to move these two lists also. L1 becomes L1 dot next, and L2 becomes L2 dot next, because we have to continue with the sum. And then if this condition applies only when both the lists are not null. If both the pointers L1 and L2 are still pointing to a valid node in their respective lists, then this condition becomes true. In this case, L1 and L2 both are not null. And here we will check if L1, this means only L1 is true, L2 is false. So what we have to do is, one thing we forgot to do here is we forgot to take carry. While calculating the sum, we have to consider carry also, because for some other case this carry may affect the sum. So this is something that we have to keep in mind while calculating the sum. Then our sum becomes L1 dot val plus carry. So then it's the same thing actually. If sum is greater than 10, I think we are writing lot of repeated things. Anyway, let us write the solution and later we can try to optimize it. If sum is greater than 10, then our digit will be sum mod 10 and our carry will be 1. So what we can do is, our current dot next will become list node of digit. We can take out the common part afterwards, but as of now we can keep on going. Current becomes current dot next, and then what we can do is, here only L1 is true, so we just have to move the L1 equals L1 dot next, and else then we are checking whether we know that either L1 or L2 is not none, and we checked for both the cases are not none, and then L1, then we know that only L2 is true, L2 is not none. So sum becomes L2 dot val plus carry. So then it's the same thing actually. If sum is greater than 10, then carry becomes 1, and then current dot next will be equal to list node of digit, and current becomes current dot next. And L2 becomes L2 dot next. We will move the L2 forward. So here if you observe this solution, there are a lot of things we are doing repeatedly, especially this part actually. If sum greater than 10, we can take out this part. This is common in every if case. So what we can do is, if there are some common things, we can definitely take that out, and we can write it in a separate section outside the if cases. So what we can do is, we will take out this section from everywhere. We will write it outside the if case, so that our if cases look simpler this way. Okay, we are removing the common part from everywhere. Only thing is, depending upon the L1 and L2, we are calculating the sum. Okay, I think this looks good, but only thing that we have to take care here is, one thing is dummy head, and at the end carry may become 1. So here we are digit equal to sum of 10, otherwise we have to set the carry as 0. Have to set carry as 0 and digit will be sum. So this thing we have to take care. And apart from that, only thing is when all of these things finish, if we still have carry, then that means we have to create one more node. Current dot next will be equal to list node of 1, because that is the carry. So then we can directly return dummy head dot next. I think this solution works, but if it doesn't work also, we will debug this code and try to come up with the correct solution. What we are trying to do is, as long as we have a node, we will continue to do the sum. These sums based on the whether L1 is true and L1 is true and all these cases. Let us submit this solution and check whether it passes the initial test cases. Okay, what we are getting is, okay, somewhere it is writing it as 10. Okay, what we made a mistake here. If it is, even if it is greater than or equal to 10, then we have to make the carry as 1. Let us rerun the solution and check whether it passes the initial test cases. Okay, once again we are okay. I think it comes under else case, that's why we are not adding anything. Okay, we already fixed 2 logical issues actually. Okay, now it is passing the initial test cases. Before submitting the solution, let us discuss about time and space complexity. Time complexity of, let us say if there are n1 nodes at m nodes at first linked list and there are n nodes at second linked list, we will go through the list once, both the list once. So our time complexity is O of m plus n, where m is number of nodes in the first linked list and n is number of nodes in the second linked list. For space complexity, so we keep on creating a list as we go through the sum. So our resulting linked list will be of size m plus n plus 1 at max. So our space complexity is also proportional to number of nodes which are present at the given linked list. M is the number of nodes at the first list and n is the number of nodes at the second linked list. Let us submit this solution and check whether it passes the initial test cases. Yes, as you can see here, this solution is passing the all the test cases. And if you are interested in learning more about other data structures and algorithm related problems, consider checking out other videos from my channel. Thanks for watching this video.